Hello, candle lovers. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Greg, and this is all about candles. I'm your self-proclaimed Canadian candle connoisseur, and Merry Christmas Eve, everybody. I've actually pre-recorded this video for you, so I'm not recording this today, but I did bank some videos to release this week when I'm busy doing all my Christmas stuff with my family and my friends, and I wanted to review this candle for you today. It is Golden Berry Mistletoe from Bath and Body Works. Now, this is last year's version of Golden Berry Mistletoe. It was a brand new candle last year. I picked it up last year and I just never got around to burning it. Not because I didn't like how it smelled or anything, but I mean, you guys know how it is. Like every season I definitely pick up a few too many candles that have to be carried over onto the next season. And so this is last year's version. I don't love this design. You know, this came out in a collection with all their holiday favorites: Vanilla Bean Noel, Winter Candy Apple, Twisted Peppermint, and they all had colored wax and a very similar labels that looked like this, just kind of plain rectangular labels. Not super impressed with it. It seems kind of basic. However, when I saw the version of Golden Berry Mistletoe that was released this year, I was like, ugh. I'm glad I had this version, because this version is just really not my cup of tea. And actually, as boring as this candle looks like right now, I actually thought it looked pretty nice when it was burning, so I wasn't that upset about the packaging. We did get kind of a cute, like, starry lid on there. Let's get into the fragrance. There's a lot to talk about in this fragrance. The scent notes are sparkling berries, sugared spruce, and frosted air. This is really nice, you guys. I really liked it. And when I saw last year that it was released with like their holiday favorites, Winter Candy Apple, Twisted Peppermint, I thought that that was kind of peculiar, but I do think that this candle has the potential to be one of those candles that start coming back every single Christmas, year after year after year. I'm not convinced. Obviously, it didn't get elevated into that holiday favorites status this year. It came out in the other packaging. Was it Candle Day packaging? No, I think that we got it before that. But anyways, regardless of that, it's a really nice sprucey berry fragrance. And I ended up liking it a lot more than I thought I would. And it performed really decently too. Sparkling berries, sugared spruce, frosted air. There's absolutely definitely a sprucey, balsamy note to this candle. I'd say that it sits somewhere in like the medium range to the medium range to getting a little bit higher than that. But what we don't get is a specific type of berry. And what we also don't get is there is like a citrusy note in there as well. I don't think I'm the first person to point that out. I think that Connor from Connor Loves Candles also smelled citrus in here. Sarita gets a citrusy note from here as well. And since we don't get like a berry or a citrus specific note, I have been thinking and praying hard on what the scent notes in this might be. And what I kind of ended up landing on was gooseberries. I think that this is gooseberry. I think that it is both green gooseberries and red gooseberries. This is just what I'm telling myself in my head, people, to make it all make sense. But green gooseberries do have a very sort of like tart, citrusy vibe to them. And then red gooseberries are a little bit like sweeter, a little bit sort of plummier and berryish. And so to me, this is like spruce, balsam, green gooseberry, and red gooseberry, because there's definitely a nice berry component to it, but there's also definitely sort of a citrus note in there that I can't quite put my finger on what it is. So I'm calling it green gooseberries because it's not like an orange or a lemon or a grapefruit to my nose or anything like that, you know? Anyways, I really ended up liking this candle a lot, and it performed really well for me. I burned it all the way down until I could see the wick nickels and they started to drift to the side of the jar. So that is when I blew her out and called it a day. It had thick ropey wicks on it, and it was a lightly colored wax. You guys know I'm colorblind. It wasn't quite a white wax. It appeared a little bit darker to me than that, but I couldn't quite tell you what color this wax was. I know the other candles that came out in this collection had dark wax, like Twisted Peppermint was like dark pink, Vanilla Bean Noel was like a dark green. So yeah, but it didn't perform the way that a candle from BBW with thick ropey wicks and colored wax usually does. It actually burned really quite hot and fast. I found that I really had to keep my eye on it. And it burned really nicely from top to bottom. Like, there was no point of time where it was like dudding out. I do think that on a couple of the burns, it took a little while to pool out, but then once it got going, it really got going, and you had to keep an eye on it. I definitely caught it sooting a couple of times, at which point it had already been burning for a couple hours and had a deep even wax pool, so I would just blow it out, trim the wicks a little bit, relight it again, and within no time it was like definitely performing well. I have to give the strength and throw on this like an 8. I'd say I did have it in my bedroom for a while where I'd say it was an 8, and even in my more open concept area, it was definitely like a solid 7.5. This candle absolutely had a presence about it. It was a very sort of distinct smell. I didn't end up going nose blind to it, and a lot of the times, you know, there are a lot of sort of like generic like balsamy berry candles out there, and they all kind of start smelling the same. Something about this one was actually quite unique to me. I mean, I could always smell it when it was burning. It had a distinctive smell to it. I really actually liked it. And to be honest with you guys, during semi-annual sale, I think I might get another one, and I think I might just have to get it in this packaging. You know what? That's what all these like candle sleeves and candle holders are for, you know? I'll get the ugly packaging and put it in one of my like candle holders that hides it. But I think this is going to be a repurchase for me if I see it at SAS, and I would definitely recommend this candle to you too. I think a lot of people out there might really enjoy it. I think that this is the type of candle that could appeal to a lot of different people, and I also want to get another one because I think that this would be a really nice burn like heading into January as well. So yeah, Golden Berry Mistletoe. I don't really have a lot of complaints. You had to keep an eye on the burn. It did get a little bit sooty, but other than that, it was really nice. I recommend this one. Anyhow, that's all I've got for you guys today. Tomorrow is Christmas, and I will be back with a Burning Questions episode. It has been pre-recorded, so, you know, I'm gonna be spending Christmas Day mostly with my boyfriend at my family's place, and just really looking forward to eating some good food and relaxing. Probably gonna watch A Muppet's Christmas Carol. That's all I really have on my list of things to do. Anyhow, if you could hit me up with a like, comment, subscription, that would really mean the world to me. And you can follow me on Instagram at Aboot Candles. And until next time, my dear, gorgeous, and beautiful candle-loving friends, let's burn some candles and bitch about it. Thanks, you guys. Bye now.